Welcome to the PowerSpeakingPro channel. This is where I help you improve your speaking and communication skills by giving you tips. My name is George, and glad to have you aboard. Today's video talks about how Amy Klobuchar can do a better job at attacking Mayor Pete Buttigieg in the Democratic primary debates. Amy has a number of very good qualities which she can use to defend against any attacks by Mayor Pete. But Amy also has some issues that she needs to improve on. Amy is very good at holding the floor when she's attacked, and she will give a response. But Amy's responses need to be sharpened up somewhat. She was asked twice about relationships between Mexico and the United States.
You're running on your Washington experience, but last week in a Telemundo interview, you could not name the president of Mexico or discuss any of his policies. Last night, you defended yourself saying, quote, "This is in jeopardy." But my question to you is, shouldn't our next president know more about one of our largest trading partners?
Of course. Of course. And I don't think that momentary forgetfulness actually reflects what I know about Mexico and how much I care about it. And I first want to say greetings to President López Obrador.
The point that Amy should keep on hammering home is her ability to win elections, as Democrats consider beating Donald Trump to be the main objective of their campaign. Amy has clearly done very well in elections, whereas Mayor Pete has not done well at all. This is a point that should be hammered over and over and over again. As Amy said earlier in this debate, Pete memorized a bunch of talking points and that's about it. And I think Amy needs to take advantage of this point, that Pete is a very good speaker. He's obviously a very bright guy, but he doesn't seem to have a whole lot of experience beyond being mayor of a small city of South Bend.
You've memorized a bunch of talking points and a bunch of things, but I can tell you one thing.
You mentioned that you created an identity program for the Dreamers. Well, this is a good starting point. It clearly shows your lack of understanding about all the issues related to immigration and the Dreamers.
Now, in South Bend, it was not always easy to stand up in a conservative place like Indiana on immigration, but we delivered. We created a municipal ID program so that Dreamers and others who were undocumented were able to navigate everyday life.
Ted Kennedy asked me to work on the first immigration bill. We were able, with President Bush, to at least get that bill to a vote. I'm sorry, but Senator Sanders actually opposed that bill, and I worked on it, and if we had gotten that bill done, there would have been a path to citizenship for so many people. Then I worked on the 2013 bill. I'm actually so proud of the work I've done on immigration reform, and you know what? You have not been in the arena doing that work.
Amy needs to answer questions directly. She should avoid statements such as, "Are you mocking me? I wish my friend Andrew Yang were here," and other such statements.
I wish everyone was as perfect as you, Pete. And number one, do the math. If my friend Andrew Yang was up here, that's what he'd say.
So,
are you trying to say that I'm dumb, or are you mocking me here, Pete?
I'm saying that you should.
People really don't remember much about what actually was said at debates, but they do remember some famous quotes. I remember the 1988 vice presidential debate between Senator Lloyd Bentsen and Dan Quayle. Bentsen said to Quayle, "Senator, you know Jack Kennedy." So that was a line that was remembered many years ago. Amy, you should try and think of the line that people will remember weeks and months from now rather than a detailed explanation.
If you're going to run based on your record of voting in Washington, then you have to own those votes, especially when it comes to immigration. You voted to confirm the head of Customs and Border Protection under Trump, who was one of the architects of the family separation policy. You voted to make English the national language. Do you know the message that sends in as multilingual a state as Nevada to immigrants?
At the end of the debate, Pete attacks Amy on several issues. What Amy should have done was, rather than trying to explain each one of the attacks, is to say, Pete, you were wrong because of. Pete, you were wrong because of. Pete, you were wrong because of. And I wish you would stop smearing my record with your lies. Please leave any comments below, and I'll see you next time.